think it's always important when doing an ethics case to contextualize it. Look and see if there's a previous case that's related to this one and how that was handled, what kind of resolution was suggested. And in preparing for discussion number 2 and the case study with vulgar language, I draw your attention to a previous incident with President Trump and the Access Hollywood tapes. You may recall the incident. He was with Access Hollywood in their van, talking to Bully Bush with the assumption that the mic was not live. However, it was, and he ended up talking to Billy Bush about how he uses his power and celebrity to seduce women. All right, so as you can imagine, this very graphic conversation presented an ethical dilemma for the media. In the case for newspapers, whether or not to spell out the words that were spoken by Trump or to use some kind of asterisks or dashes. Well, I'll show you how two newspapers handled it very differently. Here was the New York Times rationale in writing out the words and using them on their face. Of course, we hesitated and discussed, but we thought this was extraordinary, and not using actual language wouldn't capture what he said in the context. And here's a short excerpt from the New York Times piece. By the way, I have the transcript of the conversation that was held on the Access Hollywood bus as a link. It also includes a clip of the actual video coverage of it. The Washington Post took a little bit of a different tact, obviously taking their audience and their readers into consideration. And this is what their coverage looked like. And I have a link to the actual article on the website. So this is something to consider when you're thinking about how to handle the more recent incident about vulgar language. And you can see same incident and how two national newspapers handled it very differently. As you're conducting your case study, think about the Society for Professional Journalists Code of Ethics and use these to help justify your response.